is an elephant in the room. Many of us are aware of it, but there are so many others that have decided they do not want to speak about it. They don't want to believe this is happening. They're closed minded, but they're frightened. We have to be understanding of that as we move forward in researching this particular subject. This is perhaps the single most important topic that any of us could be digging into next to life after death. Congress is set to hold the first public hearing on UFOs in more than 50 years. And at the top of the agenda is government transparency. The biggest question that everyone's asking at this point is whether or not our government, or any government for that matter, is willing to admit that something extraordinary is taking place on this planet that cannot be explained by conventional means. The most skeptical among us feel as though all of these incidents that have been reported by the greatest observers that we have can be easily explained away. It's a weather balloon. It's atmospheric aberration. It's top secret military technology. It's foreign adversarial technology. But no, there's no way that we can use the A word or the I word. That's not possible. You have to understand that there are many individuals within government, and not just ours, that have their own personal beliefs and agendas. If the release of this information is going to clash with any of those personal agendas, they will stop at nothing to keep this information from getting out to the public. I can be very understanding of some of the reasoning behind that. Fear is the one that I understand the most. It's been mentioned on multiple occasions by Luis Elizondo and others that there are specifically politicians, military officials, etc., that are afraid to speak about this topic because they feel as though the phenomenon is demonic. It is evil in nature, and therefore interacting with the phenomenon could have consequences for one's soul. As much as I understand the feelings of the aforementioned individuals, we cannot be afraid to face the truth of the reality that we're living in. We're here, and there's nothing we can do about it. You have a choice: the inconvenient truth or the convenient lie. The convenient lie is that nothing's happening. There are no UFOs, there are no aliens, there are no interdimensional beings traveling back and forth across the landscape that is our sky. The paranormal is nonsense because we can't trap it in a jar and study it in a laboratory, and everything that you see is what you get. That's the convenient lie. The inconvenient truth is that our universe is likely much stranger and much more enigmatic than we ever imagined possible. Everything from portals to consciousness non-locality and the existence of parallel universes and dimensions and other realities that we have yet to discover. I personally believe that science knows a lot. It knows a great deal about the world around us. But it also doesn't have a fucking clue about some of the things that are staring it right in the face. No more lies, no more stories, no more excuses. We're all tired of hearing how humanity isn't ready to face something like this. It would thrust all of civilization into chaos, religions would crumble, there would be looting and rioting in the streets. Cut the bullshit. We've been ready for decades. You probably should have been telling us the truth right from the beginning. And yes, I haven't forgotten about the War of the Worlds radio broadcast. But that was before we became desensitized and conditioned to accept this kind of truth. This entire paradigm could shift within just a couple of hours this Tuesday. I urgently beg any individual, any representative, any congressman or woman that is going to be involved with these hearings to do what's right and stop beating around the bush. Demand transparency, demand data, information, files, footage, photographs. Go for the jugular. Go for the kill shot. It is time that we stop acting like this isn't happening and face the facts. We are being visited, we are being watched by a civilization, or maybe even multiple civilizations, that could be coming from another planet, another dimension, or somewhere in between. They are technologically superior in every way imaginable, and likely possess knowledge that we are perhaps millions of years away from even understanding. That, to me, is extremely important. It's more important than keeping up with the Kardashians. It's more important than the midterm elections. It's more important than just about anything that you can think of. So let's take action, demand truth, and let's get to the bottom of this already.